So Elon Musk is really worried about Apple choosing Google's AI and using Google's AI. So in this video, we'll talk about what is Elon Musk actually worried about. We'll also talk about what are the things that Google actually controls currently. We'll also talk about why this is a power problem. We'll talk about how does this affect developers, how does this affect the common users, that's you and I. Then finally, we'll look at people's comments. So guys, what is Elon Musk really worried about? As you can see, this is not about him attacking Google because of the drama. Many people are actually laughing and using it to catch crews. But to me, he raised a really concerning matter as regards Apple choosing or using Google's AI. Now look at what he's saying. He's asking a big question. Should one company control how AI works for billions of people? Should one company, that's Google, should they control how AI works for billions of people? Let's look at what Google actually controls. So now Google doesn't just build AI, they control almost everything that AI runs on. Now, they control the AI models, that is Gemini. They also control cloud computing, that is where AI actually lives. Now, they also have the developer tools, which is where AI is built. They also have data analytics. They also control phones, that's the Android phones. They control Chrome, that is your web browsers. Most people use Chrome, let us not argue. Most times we use Internet Explorer or UC browser to download Chrome into our system. Most of us use Chrome. I'm even using Chrome currently. Now, they also control the search because they have this biggest search engine, right? That is information flow. They also control your productivity tools, your Google Docs, your email, your Google, Excel sheet, and whatsoever. If you ask me, Google owns the road, they owns the car, they owns the fuel. Now, they now owns the driver. And that driver is the AI, you understand? Which is very disastrous. Now, let us see why this is going to be a problem. So, imagine one company owns the road you must drive on, right? That same company also owns the car you can buy. They also owns the fuel station and the traffic rules. Even if somebody should bring a better car, where will the person drive it? Let's ask ourselves this question. Now, let's see, how does this affect developers now? Look, so now, if you are building any AI products, Google ecosystem has billions of users. We should not argue that one. Google already has the users, right? Now, competing outside Google's environment, right, is risky. you can't go anywhere because they already have the users. So now you are now pressured to use their cloud services. You are pressured to build for Android. You understand? You are also pressured to integrate their AI, which is Gemini. Then you are also pressured to depend on Google APIs. In fact, most of the apps me have built personally in the past all use Google APIs, everything. So Google shapes how we think, how we get our knowledge, how we interact with a lot of things, you get, which is very risky for one company. So now let us look, how does this affect me and you, the common users? Now you can see we don't have many AI choices. You don't really get to have many AI choices because from the look of things, they will definitely win this thing. They will win the AI race. Now you see, you get Google's idea of what AI should say, how should it answer, and what it should prioritize, you get. And your choices become limited, even if it feels convenient. When I go to search the internet, even after getting the answers to my question, I still want to know what is Google saying about this thing. I want Google to throw more light, you get, because it's not like Google is an authority. So if you look also, why will Google win the AI race? I talked about winning the AI race. Now, whether you love Google or not, they have the data, they have the infrastructures, they have the users, they have the distribution, they have the devices, they have the AI models. So this is the concern Elon Musk is actually raising. Now let us look at people's comments. I mean, some people really do understand this, but I decided to break down this. Let's look at the comments. This guy said, now, most people are more concerned with, creating X, a phone called X. So this one is saying, please make a new phone called X. Another one is saying, now you are worried about unreasonable concentration of power, kind of throwing jab. Now, somebody is saying, what unreasonable concentration of power signed the everything app guy? All right, someone is saying, stop being so salty about AI development that doesn't go your way, dude. So someone says, I still want an X phone. Now, somebody is saying, I wasn't expecting this kind of tweet from you. That's referring to Elon Musk now. He's saying, if you don't like it, then compete. But this is not what Elon Musk is talking about. This is not the concern he's raising to me, you get. There are other concerns he's raising, which we've talked about already. So guys, I've shared my own opinion on what I feel is the main issue or concern Elon Musk is raising about this whole thing, not just the drama. So guys, let's share your opinions or your comments in the comment box. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My eyes are on you. Subscribe.